Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna talk about the archive for both new players and old players, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So the archive, as I have mentioned in my previous video, only gives you one copy of the weapons or supporters for each corresponding event, which is a shame for newer players because it is very good to have some of these at 5 out of 5. Honestly, it's just a handful of them, basically Maika, Keito, and Onigumo. But not only do you want the supporters, but also the weapons, and I'll explain why in a moment. So, the supporters and formations are going to help you out with the supporter formation and the armory. So, what you want to do with the supporters is that you want to unlock them and you want to level them up, increase their affinity, and max them out, basically. That will slightly increase your stats, and also, whenever you get the other supporters from the corresponding formation, you will unlock the formation where they are, and that will allow you to use certain effect. Like for example, one of the best ones is Home Alone, which increases critical rate of melee attacks by 8% and critical damage of melee attacks by 15%. Pretty good, pretty good. So be sure to grab all the supporters and max them out. As for the weapons, what weapons do they offer in the archive? Let's see. So, in the archive, there's going to be two kinds of events for weapons. There's going to be the snake weapons, and there will be also the. Do I have a ticket? Yeah, I have a ticket. I can unlock it. The demonic weapons. So, for the demonic weapons, you will get one of these. And the demonic weapons are the ones that you will most likely want, but you have to be pretty selective about which ones you pick. So this one is also a demonic weapon. So you will get two demonic weapons out of this. And probably you want to use your EP ticket to grab another demonic weapon. I mean, I know that supporters would be way better, but there is a reason for this. So if you get lucky and get a demonic weapon with the boxes, the EP boxes, I think it's called EP boxes, yeah, and you get a demonic weapon, you can use the ticket, the voucher for whatever you want. But if you don't get lucky and you don't get a copy of the demonic weapon with these items, actually there's another one, another voucher if you want to get the demonic weapon. But why do you need them? Because we are gonna need 3 demonic weapons for the armory. And preferably, you can see 4 in my case. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the 4th doesn't really matter. It can be substituted by something else. So, the thing is that you preferably want to pick a weapon of a character that also has summer weapons. Let's see, do I have over here summer weapons? Yeah. So, you want the demonic weapon for what's the name? Asagi, Yukikase, Sakura, Rinko, Su, Shiranui. The name of this one: Murasaki, Kurenai, Asuka, or Kirara. Why those? Why those? Basically, because in summer they're going to give us vouchers or tickets to grab some of these weapons, and you can grab the copies needed for you to get 98% attack. That's my recommendation. For example, grab Asagi and Sakura and this is an example, Asagi and Sakura, and a third one. In this case, is Kirara's weapon. But another thing to take into consideration is that you want to grab weapons of those characters, yes, but also check the ultimate weapons that you have. Basically, the character release gacha weapons. Like this is Kirara's weapon, this is Sakura's weapon, and this is Asagi's weapon. Check your box so that you make a combination. In this case, I have one summer weapon for Sakura, one demonic for Sakura, one gacha weapon. Well, not gacha weapon. What's the name of this family? Ultimate weapon. Ultimate weapon for Sakura. Ultimate for Kirara. Summer for Kirara. Demonic for Kirara. Ultimate for Asagi. Demonic for Asagi. Summer for Asagi. So, if you're a little bit confused about these, perhaps save your tickets. That's also a viable thing to do. I mean, yeah, you want to have this ASAP, but if you're a newer player, probably you still haven't rolled and you haven't gotten some of these weapons just by rolling. Maybe it's not like the best thing and you think, oh no, I didn't want this weapon, but trust me, you're gonna use them. So just keep them. And for the fourth one, don't worry. You whenever we get another archive, you can grab another demonic weapon, or you can add another ultimate weapon, because the thing is that the demonic weapon counts as an ultimate weapon, as you can see. So we have technically like how many? 7 ultimate weapon, and then we have also buffs for, look, we have the UR buff, the Asagi buff, the Sakura buff, the Kirara buff, one for Astaroth, but it doesn't give us anything because we don't get at least 3, but it is a ultimate weapon. So over here, 7 ultimate weapons, you see, and that activates these buffs. And then we have 3 summer. Summer in particular is pretty good, as you can see, because it gives you 5%. You can substitute this for Rebellious, but it is not as big. Let's see, do we have the snake ones to compare? Snake. We can start for renewal. Oof! If you have the renewal, I mean, usually you want to use the renewal. You don't want to put them over here, but they give 5%. These ones are also pretty good. You can equip them over here, like Sakura's weapon, but that's pretty good. You don't want to equip it over here. God, that's bad. So check the sets, and maybe you can get even more buffs. I might try to improve this in the future, but for the time being, I recommend this kind of build. It doesn't have to be the exact same weapons, of course. Let's say that you have Yukins instead of Asagi, just substitute this for Yukis, and that would be it. So, let's continue with the archive. Be sure to take advantage of the campaigns that we have right now, because we're going to receive a couple EP boxes, and if you get lucky, you might grab extra copies of the supporters of or weapons. But to be totally honest, and a ton of people have been commenting this, the rates are atrocious, because we also have on the EP boxes a ton of random items that won't help us, and that's pretty bad. But try to do this ASAP. That is like the point of view for newer players. For older players, you want to use these supporters to either complete the ones that you didn't have at 5 out of 5, and maybe the weapons you can keep just to grab the skin, and you can use them on the armory as well. That's pretty good. But there are some supporters that you're not going to use, even if you have the original copy. For example, you're not going to use another copy of Katejina. So in that case, grab some of those supporters and put them over here on the exchange facility. That's going to be way more profitable than than just having them on your box and not using them. I know, you're not going to use that. Maybe you're not gonna get a, a really, really good supporter because it's totally random. But you can use the dismantling device to grab the material. So that's pretty good. And besides, remember that we just got dismantling device on not here, on tower over here on floor 103. We have dismantling device, two dismantling device. So that's pretty good because it pairs well with the number of supporters that we have over here. Oof. One more thing, and this is for everyone. You are going to get a ton of gems out of this. For newer players, the best thing to do is to grab characters. And for older players, well, you can do whatever you want with them. You can, for example, roll. But honestly, I think that this is a pretty good month to save gems. So I strongly suggest you avoid the gacha for now. And maybe you can, if you want, you can grab Mirabelle in 2 weeks. That's gonna be really, really nice because she is a pretty strong character. I can tell you that. So, well, anyways, that's about it for today. I hope you find this useful, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.